So I don't have a script or anything for this video. This is just going to be me talking for however long this video goes for. But yeah, so my spiritual path started 2 years ago. It all started for me with meditation and with looking into chakras. And as I got more into that and more like doing chakra healing and balancing, I started incorporating a whole healing journey into that and started incorporating like shadow work into that. Very, wow, very low level shadow work that was, I'm like thinking back on it now because my shadow work now is so much different than it used to be then. But yeah, so a little low grade shadow work. And it all kind of culminated to me working on my third eye chakra. And once I got that open, my spiritual path just exploded into so many different branches. One branch was all the psychic abilities, practicing psychic skills, learning how to read people's energy and whatnot. Another branch turned into interacting with spirits, arguing with deities, doing exorcisms, opening portals, encountering nature spirits and like earth overseers and all that kind of stuff. Then another path was like looking at different traditions and taking what worked for me and what didn't, I left behind. So looking at like witchcraft, dabbling in that, seeing what worked and what didn't, looking at runes, studying like Celtic paths, studying mythology on like Egyptian mythology, Greek mythology, all that stuff. And then another part of my path included looking into my own energy, looking at negative attachments in myself and others and seeing how they work and how they impact people and how to get rid of them. So the last thing I really finished out was getting rid of all of my negative attachments. And when I finished that process, I was sitting there like, okay, so what next? Like, where do I go now in my path? And I got the answer, kundalini energy. I had come back to it over the years. I say it like it's been 30 years. I've come back to it here and there. I first encountered it when I first started studying chakras, and then along the way here and there I'll come back to it and be like, oh, I'll do a little research and be thinking maybe, and then come to the conclusion I was definitely not ready. And thank God I did not do that when I had all those problems I had. But yeah, so now I got to the point where I feel like I'm ready. So I decided to revisit that, and so I started researching again, like kundalini energy, the ideas behind it, the myths behind it, the traditions behind it, and like trying to demystify it a little bit to understand it better. And in my research, I just came back to the feeling that nothing was resonating. Like looking at the old ancient traditions, looking at like the modern day interpretations and how certain classes and certain groups are doing it, nothing felt right. Like nothing felt good in my soul. And so like everything else, I was like, we're just gonna figure it out. And I mean, like, I've learned most of the stuff that I know how to do on my own anyways. There weren't really teachers for me for the kind of things that I was trying to learn. My teachers were me, like the rest of my spirit, and like certain spirits here and there that had some tricks and some neat ways, but mostly just intuition. You know, we figure it out. I made some mistakes, made a lot of mistakes, almost died a couple times, but like, we figured it out. And I know, like, traditionally when it comes to like kundalini rising and like an awakening and all that, you're usually doing it with a mentor and like a teacher and somebody's supposed to walk you through it. I'm just not. Intuitively, I feel like I got it. I feel like we can figure it out and I'll be all right. If I'm wrong, we're just gonna figure it out. I mean, if I'm wrong, it is what it is. We're gonna take the hit and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna keep it moving, but we're gonna see how it goes. But yeah, so that's my game plan. That's my goal. I'm intending to record different videos through this path, through this journey, odyssey, whatever. So if you are in the position that I'm in, if you're looking at all these different traditions and all these different paths and everything around you, and nothing's fitting, nothing's resonating, nothing's working, nothing's really speaking to you, follow along. We might just discover a new path together. And if not, if all you want to do is just watch the train wreck, stay tuned. I hope it's not a train wreck. I hope it goes the way I think it'll go. But yeah, let's all learn something.